fake Facebook man, posting lies about my life which no one else can. Filters on my face to disguise my age, showing money that I don't have. There's words on my page. Why don't you come and join my team? It's called living the fake Facebook life dream. They post a pic of me deep clean, but it's pizza and burgers for dinner, you know what I mean. A snapshot of vacations that I got no money to take. Send you one of my sports car, you know that it's a fake. Got my love loaded up with things that aren't even true. Pretending on Facebook is my thing, it's my thing too. Yeah, 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 yeah.
2,000 friends, which I've never done met. A pic of my lunch is what you're gonna get. I had a post of your baby, say it's one darn cute kid. But I lied, cause it's ugly, that's called an online fib. I talk about success in my job and the pending promotion, but in reality it's a psych, cause I got a demotion.
Only the fake Facebook man, posting lies about my life which no one else can. Filters on my face to disguise my age, showing money that I don't have. There's words on my page. Why don't you come and join my team? It's called living a fake Facebook life dream.
You block me on Facebook without a judge, jury, or trial. I'll be creeping you the next day with a shiny new profile. See a pic of my family? Yeah, we're having a good time. Well, the joke's on you. We have not talked in 8 months or 9. I'll tell you about the weather and the stuff you don't need to know. I'll fake a good illness so the sympathy will grow. I'll ask you to donate to my made-up cause and post selfies on the daily that ain't breaking no laws. So don't judge the life of the fake Facebook man, pretending to be happy like no one else can.
Okay, Kinsman, right off the bat, I have a question for you. I have a problem, and you're the man to solve this.
Okay, what is it? You say I always know everything. What do you need solved here? And if I can't solve it, maybe someone watching can chime in.
First of all, you have a new shirt on tonight, so congratulations. But my main thing here is, Kinsman.
Is that not the KINZ and KLOMP shirts?
Yeah, you did your laundry for once. But I've been in the pool.
It's too hot to wear that, but good news, we've got some T-shirts coming out very soon.
Right.
For KINZ and KLOMP. So I normally I can get away with using the hoodie, but no, not in the 30s.
You're gonna let me get to my question here, or what?
No, I'm gonna continue being rude. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm sitting in this pool for the good majority of the day, but now like my ears are like waterlogged. Any tips for me?
Well, what do they say? You're supposed to stand up and whatever ear it is, stand on the opposite leg, then tip your head down, and then you're supposed to jump up and down. Apparently, it could loosen the water. Can you try it?
No,
I think the person who came up with that myth or that technique just wants you to look silly on KINZ and KLOMP Live. So there they go. They've done their task. But for some, though, they do say that works.
Yes. Okay. Well, it failed. Oh, look it. So Tanya says it works for her. So maybe maybe you demonstrate for me.
Is it the wrong foot? whatever ear it is, you're supposed to go the opposite leg and then tip your head and then jump up and down. Then the water's supposed to just fall out like a tap, I guess.
So Mark looks tanned and Jamie looks white as a ghost. And I'm going to tell you here, one is because I have a white background, and two, I got this ridiculously too large of a bulb this lighting. I got a pretty good tan. Kinsman, you look like you've been at a sandals resort or something, though.
You think, right? Well, no, I've told you on previous shows, I can burn under a light bulb.
Yep.
So I have to put a lot of sunscreen on. If I'm outside, even on an overcast day, my skin will start to get a nice toasty tan.
And I tried Natalie's advice. That actually one worked. See, I should have asked Natalie right
You
off.
can't do that one too hard. You'll blow your eardrums out. That one can be tricky. If you blow too hard, your ears can be worse off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tap the other side of your head or shake my head. Oh, I don't know. Who knows?
Like a dog. What does Joanne say?
Head sideways and tap the other side of your head.
And I don't know if I trust a comment that ends with LOL.
What is this? Tilt your head and jiggle.
And jiggle at your earlobe.
Probably this. Oh, that actually worked.
Did it work?
Okay. All right. Enough about me. All right, Kinsman. The bus video, the results are in, and surprisingly enough, folks are saying you're a pretty good bus driver. I can't believe it.
You think so? Well, here's the thing. They're going to be on with us pretty much until they find their recruits. So I say the next video we do at Lucian, you're going to be the driver. I will record you, and then we can really put the videos to the test and find out who is, in fact, the best bus driver for Lucian Transportation.
Right.
With no training. Penny saw us for what, two minutes, that entire video, and then she puts me into a bus. That's how trustworthy Penny is. Penny Adel over at Lucian. But they're a big sponsor of ours. And again, they're looking for bus recruits. And if you're looking for a cool part-time job, you work a few hours in the morning, a few hours in the afternoon. It pays great. Bring your little ones on board. Give them a call, 705-360-4090. And you can also drop off your resume on Lucian Transportation's doorstep, located right behind the Tim Hortons on Airport Road on McChesney.
Yes, we love them. PAD's Canine Protection and Detection Services. I was thinking the other day, because I heard some rumbling out on the street, how nice would it be to have like Martin Peel personally outside my door between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. Get that personalized service. But I was looking at his website, and of course, we've talked many times how they do the canine searches and securities at businesses, but they offer for homes personalized services too. Now, I don't think Peel comes to your door. That might be for an extra cost, but they do residential also. So no wonder why this guy's busy. They're hiring
all over the place. I see his security cars and cruisers all over the place. He's a busy guy, and again, training the canines. He's got Sade and Brinks. If you've seen the videos, remember when we did the name the canine contest? They were just little wee things. Now they're pretty much taking over Sniper's side. I think they're pretty much all neck and neck there in his current videos online there.
I'm still impressed you have a new shirt on tonight. We don't go through the wardrobe before the show, eh?
What's that? No.
We don't have a wardrobe review.
No.
Look at me.
Like I said, I always try to wear at least something from our, the KINZ and KLOMP, the merchandise counter, which is, yes, very slim. So yes, I do laundry quite frequently to make sure it stays smelling April fresh, as they would say. But we do have KINZ and KLOMP live T-shirts coming soon to, I'm going to say, a post near you. In fact, hopefully by this weekend, my Sunday show, you just might see a KINZ and KLOMP live T-shirt, which we'll talk about that on Sunday's show. All
right. And then finally, the surge. So I don't know what's happening this Friday here in Timmins. We already knew that like pubs and bars weren't going to open. I've heard conflicting reports. Maybe Marcus might be able to share something because he's a business owner. But
what have you heard? Because I've heard some conflicting reports today too. People messaging me stating, yes, PHU is not going to follow the provincial, I guess the reopening plans, but there might be some tinkering come Friday. That's what I've heard. Again, it's all rumor. Don't take it, take it with a grain of salt from us. We're just passing along what we're hearing, but maybe Marcus can shed some light on it. Health unit, says no from Joanne, but we've heard that there might have been an email sent out to local businesses in the city. So we're going to try and ask Marcus about that.
We know, and we are hoping sometime late July, early August, the surge gets open. and we're planning a mega show for our first Friday night. Like, I mean, we might have to keep folks there all night.
It will be a party, and again, we'll give you details on how to win tickets when that day comes. But we can say this: as long if they keep delaying and delaying and delaying, we will still always have 12 months at the Surge. So we can't wait to join Kim and her staff. Best place to go, the Sports Lounge in Timmins, is the Surge. And yes, we're there for 12 variety shows. We've got trivia planned there. We're going to have all sorts of fun nights in there.
That's right. So Paul has a very good introduction. Sparky, despite being a Patriots fan, he does know Escape from Reality is an amazing place. A group of us did a vampire room, and it was so much fun. So before we bring Marcus on, I want to try something here, Kinsman. So we have an auction tonight.
Yes, we do. Let's talk about the auction before we get Marcus on, so then we can get people bidding while we're chatting with Marcus tonight. This is a gift certificate for what, up to 4 people?
Yeah.
In an escape room. And you know what? For this would be perfect for myself. I've never tried an escape room. Someone asked me earlier, "Are you going to try this?" I want to try one of these rooms because I'm so curious to find out, what it's like to take part in an actual escape room. You've taken part. You were at your little guy's birthday.
That's right. And we championed it. We didn't have to call Marcus for help too often, which is an option. But I don't know how helpful you would be in these escape rooms, Kinsman. You'd be asking Marcus every 5 minutes for a hint, I think.
No. I'd be the stubborn player in the escape room.
Okay, so take a look at this. So we did things a little bit differently. We opened up the bidding about an hour and a half before the show. So the top bid right now is Lisa Greer at $25.
Nice, $25. And the more bidding, the merrier. We're going to give some money into Marcus's pockets. Of course, they're affected right now with the whole COVID thing. So the more money, the merrier. So if you want to try the escape room, you need to start bidding tonight. It's going to be a great night to try. And of course, when they get back into calmer territory for COVID, when things open up again, you're going to have a nice gift card to go sample out.
That's right. Natalie, they did one for Christmas. It was so much fun. We had to sing songs for help. I like that. Okay. One quick one. Skip is going to join us at the Surge. I can't wait. I feel like I owe Skip a beer, and Carol too.
I think we owe a lot of people a beer, and I think if we go back to all the beers that we've promised people on shows, and we're going to get this person a beer, we're going to go broke the night.
Look at my wallet. Look at my wallet, Kinsman. You're going to be buying the beers that night.
That's right. And if I know you well, we've been at this 6 months now. You are planning on the Lotto Max draw tonight, right? $70 million.
You already got your tickets. That's my and we have a bid from Robin Allen for $30.
For $30. There's Robin from Northern Greetings. Remember the post I made, the greeting cards for KINZ and KLOMP Live? She made those for us.
Yeah, she's awesome. I love those cards. I think I'm gonna get, like, you and I will do a Christmas card. And we'll get Robin to put.
We'll get Robin to make it. As I say, always like to find unique local businesses. You like to support the local because not only are you supporting a local business, you're supporting someone's dream. Her dream is to have a greeting card service.
That's right.
We're fulfilling her dream with becoming a client.
No, only one hint on the Christmas card. We're going to put Radical Gardens to shame. You know where I'm going with this, Kinsman?
What, the naked gardening thing? Yeah, you don't want to see.
No. I don't know if anyone wants to see that. Okay, so let's bring on Marcus. He's been waiting patiently for us, and
there he is.
Hello, Marcus.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Marcus. Good.
Great. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, no problem.
Mark, thanks.
I love this business, so I know Marcus is here to talk about it, but a lot of experience here, Kinsman. First, I see these escape room movies, so I get excited that we have a place in Timmins. Well, the store is actually in Porcupine, but in Timmins, serving our community, where you can go and do these awesome rooms. Now, your skull doesn't get crushed like the movies. And Marcus has already told me he's heard so many of these jokes, so I have to lay those down. But they offer way more than that. I'll let Marcus get into it, but they're awesome. Him and his wife, both amazing business owners in this community, and we're excited to have you on and find out what's been happening.
There's been actually a lot going on with us. I'm one of those eight. Well, I'm a B-type personality. I'm always on the go. I'm that go guy that can't insomniatic up late at night, trying to figure out what my next project's going to be. I've written over 27 escape rooms myself. So we started our company about 5 years ago in Stratford. The Stratford store is still viable. We sold it to a young couple down there. They keep the name. They run the rooms. The business branding model was to grow. When Julie and I were looking to expand, we actually went to St. Thomas first. We're down there for a 3-year lease. The competition was just too fierce in the London area. We started looking at where we wanted to go next. And we were looking at cities of about 40 to 50,000 people with very little to do. And Timmins was number 1 on the list. And my friends are like, what? You're moving to Timmins? And I'm like, yep, absolutely. And so I get calls regularly, like, what's it like up there? Is it cold? I'm like, yeah, it's cold, but nothing like down south where it's a wet cold. Out here, I can -20, I'm in a t-shirt. I said, how's traffic? I bet that's pretty crappy down there because I know that story all too well. Yeah. So we said Timmins was where it was going to be. And it also fit couple of my other projects that I've wanted to do. And I'll get into those. But like what you said, what we do is we are an escape room business. And we got up here, we bought the old bank in Sopo at the CIBC. And it was too much building for us. So we decided, let's open a game store as well as just an escape room business. And the escape room business got going for about 5 months. And then we had that wonderful thing called COVID hit. But the traction we'd had in the first 5 months was phenomenal. We started as an escape room business with a game store. I can proudly say we're now a game store with an escape room business added on, which has been great because we're one of the few companies that have actually grown through COVID with gaming. And the curbside has been great, being able to service people at the door and not let them in. I can't wait to get the doors open.
No kidding.
We sell all
So
kinds
are you able to tell folks, maybe there's a few of them out there that have never played an escape room, like what generally it is and what they can expect when they enter one?
Okay, the best way I describe this is if you've ever watched Scooby-Doo, you're actually part of the meddling kids trying to solve the room. There are puzzles around the room. You'll solve clues. You'll open a lock. Inside that lock will be more puzzles, and eventually you'll get to the end of the storyline. Is that pretty much your experience, Jamie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like a one-of-a-kind experience where it's fun. You got to use. There's a sense of intelligence, but different kind. Like we got to sort of be able to see the clues, but you got to have patience. But at the same time, it's time. It's great for families or friends getting together. I don't know. It's just like it's all ages, and it's something different that you can do to have a real good time, and it's amazing. I got to get Mark in one, but I'm trying to debate how good Kinsman.
I would be pretty good in an escape room. I'm going to say this right now. I know we've got a lot of promises when COVID, disappears or flattens enough that we can actually get back into, honoring some of these, I think our list is on arm's length, but we'll add the escape room to the list. And we will definitely do an escape room. And my question to you, Marcus, is do you have different, now obviously, it can be, quite anxious for people when they're in an escape room. Obviously, when you have a time limit, do you have different levels of anxiety for different people's strengths? Is it, you got a ticking time bomb you got to, dispose of? How are some of these rooms set up for people?
I use the same formula when I write a room. I try to aim the room to be about an hour long. With 58 minutes is actually what I aim for, which I call the sweet spot. Groups, if they're longer than that, we never pressure people out. We just give them a few more hints and nudges along the way. If they're faster, we don't apologize for them being smarter than the average bear. As far as anxiety goes, people usually come in the first time, they're nervous because they're not expecting, they don't know what they're expecting. And after the end of the adventure, typically they want to book the next room right away because they've had so much fun. It was not what they were expecting. It was a lot more team focused. So people working together, and that's phenomenal to watch. I would have to say, our highest success rates are multi-generational families. When you throw mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, and the kids in the room, my highest fail rates in rooms, par none, it's not even close, are school teachers. And no offense to school teachers, but they all have the same, that expression, keep it simple, silly. They don't. They complicate stuff beyond belief, and then it's like, wow, they really missed the mark.
So overthinking, you don't really have to be an overthinker for some of these rooms.
Classic overthinking. And then engineers would be number 2. And an engineer will solve any logic puzzle I write, but they couldn't see a key 2 feet from their face. And we've had that experience before too. And kids are brilliant because kids will do what the rooms are written for. Think outside the box.
Yes.
Sometimes you need to change your perspective to solve a room and see something from a different perspective.
Nothing worse than probably being in an escape room. Everybody's trying to overthink and thinking critically, and then a little 5-year-old comes in and goes, "Here, this is how you do it, Papa. This is it." And then boom.
My favorite clue to give Mark is absolutely listen to your 8-year-old. They've been telling you the answer for the last 5 minutes. I've heard them on the other side of the door. Just listen to their answer.
Yeah,
and it's phenomenal. That happens all the time.
So I wanted to provide an update on the bidding. Of course, we got a ton more questions for Marcus, but
$30 from Robin there. I think that was the previous bid right before we hopped on the air here. 35 from Lori Ball from Pick of the Crop. We got Terry Langlais at $40. Terry for the bid. So we're at $40 right now for this. 45 now from Paul Sparky Charette.
Right. And now the beautiful young lady has
Terry.
Yeah, $50.
She's bidding $50. The big 5-0. We're halfway to the 100 mark now, which is great to see. What do you feel seeing people bidding so excessively for your passes here? It must make you feel good.
I think it's exciting because I think it's really exciting for me because anybody who's not going to win this bid, one of the reasons I asked Jamie if you guys could interview me is for my next project in South Porcupine, which is add on to the business. It's a standalone business, but it's tied into with us. Julie and I are both very different backgrounds, and one of my backgrounds is economics, and I know not to have more than one company in the eyes of the government. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I know that you have a Kickstarter campaign that for if we call it the expansion of the business or the different offerings you want to put. Now I will tell folks that I've just added the link to the comments section as Marcus talks about it. You'd be able to go after and click on the link and get some additional information. But yeah, tell us all about it, Marcus.
Okay, I'm going to squash the rumors about the old zoo building that got torn down. Julie and I bought that property. It's not going to be a grocery store. I'm sorry, it's not going to be a grocery store. Everybody knows where the zoo is across from the hardware store in Sopo, the empty lot. We have a plan. The plan is quick lunch. So at the front end of the property, my plan is to put up a sausage cart. And then at that front end of the property as well, I want a whole bunch of activities that people can come and just use for free. So I'm going to have a gazebo up there. I want to put up an oversized chessboard. That people can just come and use. I'm in the process of building a giant Catan board. If you played Catan, you know what I'm talking about. So these are some of the guys that have decided to kick out on the Kickstarter. The Tabletop Reporter is actually one of our clients who does a role-playing game tabletop session podcasting. So he's taking a square. I want to have a bunch of other things to do. Just going to put that down. The second part of that is I'm going to be adding a mini golf course that will be 9 holes. That'll come probably next summer, and then probably a small garden center. But I want to use I want to work with everybody in the community to promote their businesses. So buy a tile, get your name on a checkerboard square, and then I want to use everybody locally. So we're going to be using one of the local sausage makers, one of the local bread stores, that kind of thing. So because Sopo needs more businesses, and that's what the whole Kickstarter is about.
What a great venture! Wow,
that's the baby venture. The big one is the other property we purchased on 101, which is 5 acres. I was at a conference about 3 years ago, an escape room conference, and they asked us what the future of escaping was, and I mulled it for a while. It was a great question, and they asked that question before lunch because after lunch we were having a session on where people thought the future of escape room was going. And over lunch I was like, oh, I'm not saying this to anybody. My competitors with deeper pockets will take this idea and run with it. I need to get good traction before I put this out to the world. So you guys, it's been out to the world a little bit, but not too much, because now I have the property. I'm ahead of the game. So I'm going to create something called Escape from Reality: The Realm.
Oh wow!
It's everybody was looking at the virtual reality model. Escape Room's going to take on a more VR model, and I thought, no, soon everybody's going to have the VR in their house. People are going to want player reality, where you are your own avatar. You level yourself up, your character. So if you are anybody who's ever wanted to LARP, anybody who's ever role played, take that, mesh it together with the escape room business modality, and now do that over a weekend. So you come up for a whole weekend. You level your character up. You're your own character. You pick a character class. I use escape rooms to set your quest levels. So you pass this, you do this quest, that'll open up this next part of the property towards you, for you. And that's where we're going to be going with the realm. So like, you'll be using, like, you know, there'll be some fighting and battling, and I want to create the greatest tourist attraction for Timmins. Like, I've got friends in the GTA that are dying for me to get this built up here. They will come from all over North America.
And one of the, I think we have a little bit of feedback, but one of the things I really love about this is there's nothing like, there's your normal life, there's reality, there's work, bills, kids, whatever it may be, schooling. And when you can hop into some of these fantasy type games where you can be something else for a period of time, it's just a really awesome experience. You know, whether you feel like a detective in an escape room, or, you know, someone who's trapped in there and you got to get out, or, you know, some of the other stuff that Marcus offers. I know that it's just more than just escape rooms, you know, with the board games and the clubs there. It's just really cool, entertaining experience. And you're right, downtown GTA, we see a lot of this, a lot of options, but not a lot in our community, if anything at all. And this sounds really awesome that you and your wife are investing in the community and expanding and giving folks different, safe, all ages type options. That's really, really cool to hear.
Pretty darn
I actually
cool.
think that, you know, some of the problems that people, because we've been up here about 2 years now, and I've listened to some of the problems in SoPo and in Timmins that people complain about all the time, and it's always the same problems and complaints. It's like, well, there's two choices: complain or try to fix the issue and get involved. And having positive outlets for people, I mean, everybody will focus on the issues downtown, and we know what those issues are, but they're focused on the 1% of the people up here, not the 99% of the people that are freaking amazing. Like, we moved up here, and I love the community up here. People are like, you moving? I'm like, no, that's my retirement spot. I'm like, I'm over 50. I'm not moving anywhere. I got lots to give and a lot more energy to give.
Yeah.
But
Time to put the anchor
people
down,
up here are like, you can't measure them towards what you get down south.
So is when the new building's in full operation, are you going to have two buildings then, or are you moving everything into the old zoo building?
No, the new building, the Realm property, is just going to be a summer seasonal business.
Oh, okay.
All of the buildings there will be just for tourism in the summer, for people coming up with a full weekend experience. You know, probably going to talk to some of the local beer guys to supply the tavern on site. And I mean, I want 100 people coming up for the weekend that are full on, like, this is your adventure. And each weekend there'll be a celebrity coming up. You don't know who that is, the star of the week, and like, that guy looks familiar. Yeah, that's the guy from that TV show that played a werewolf. Yeah, that's him. And that kind of thing. So mini Comic-Con kind of every weekend.
Yeah.
And that's the goal, is to create something so awesome that when I launch it every January, then, you know, you put the booking software up, and then people pick their weekends, and we fill up by the summer. By the time January 3rd rolls around, we're 90% booked. So, and I have situational quests written where the werewolf quest is only doable if there's a full moon that weekend. So people will be waiting. I've written a whole fight sequence, so you can fight against wandering monsters. The actual physical fights between people will actually only ever happen in the arena. I'm going to build a small arena. Those people have signed on to do that. So, like, I'll have a no-hit policy, so you don't hit anybody with your weapons, and all the weapons will be cosplay weapons. But there are two types of cosplay weapons. There's the engineered ones that you hit people with. They're the other ones that are decorative. The decorative ones can actually hurt somebody real bad if you hit them with them. So,
yeah,
you know,
anything can hurt, eh? If you get hit with it the wrong way, and you know, it's just an amazing concept. You know, seeing the comments rolling through as you're speaking, Marcus. Now you're talking about weekend adventures, so people coming in from all over the place. When it's you know, when we're able to do so, where are their lodgings going to be? Where are these accommodations? Do you put them up on the property?
Yeah. So this when we bought the property, surplus land from this city, they actually rezoned it tourism attraction. So they put the allowance in that we can put up seasonal buildings like yurts, goblin tents, anything that's non 4 seasons, so 3 seasons situation, mobile things. Those that don't feel comfortable can easily just leave at 10 o'clock at night, drive to the hotel, come back in the morning. Because you want the full on, like, not everybody's a camper, right?
Right.
You'll have a bunch that'll
give the option.
Some will sleep on the ground because that's what they are. They're
How
diehards.
excited they would be, right? Yes.
Yeah. So like we'll have accommodations on site, yurts, tents, mini like little outbuildings, like shed type buildings that are like the witch's hut kind of thing. And so those are places you actually have to earn the right to sleep in. In time, I have an 8-year plan. And so how this rolls out is, we get this going. My 8-year plan is to actually build a full-on castle somewhere. So the property we start on might not be my finishing property because I'd like to get to about 15 to 20 acres. We're starting with 5. I think there's a potential to add another 5 more in the future, but I'd like to have it where it's bigger. Realm. We have our own currency. We'll have our own realm currency. You come up, it's a immersive experience.
That's super cool and so needed in this community. You're going to have to hire a couple staff. Maybe Kinsman and I will get our resumes in there, and
we'll definitely help you out, Marcus.
Sure. That's appreciated, guys. Thanks. The feedback for this up here has been really good. Now I got to get moving forward. The COVID's been a blessing and a curse at the same time. So people are like, when do you plan to launch that? Well, there's no point in me launching it not this summer. I may do 1 or 2 weekends at the end of summer if I get enough stuff built on it. The plan is to go full on hard next summer when people want to get back to doing those things. This summer, we just take over the property. We'll start developing it. I'll start putting up sheds and little, I'll build some escape room rights, some like distance quests. But then, I've got the other project too. So I'm a busy guy. Like I like being busy, and I hate having to tell people they can't come through the door because Vila will come by and shut me down and find me. And as your question earlier about what's happening with the opening, we were supposed to be able to have 15% capacity on Friday, and that was by the provincial mandate. However, the provincial mandate has given the power over to the local health units, who are saying no. But when you read their number says that we can have 25% in the door. So it's nobody knows really what the rule is. So I figure I'm not going to stress this because we've been closed this long. We'll find it probably Thursday when someone talks to the left hand will talk to the right hand by Thursday, I think, and then we'll have news by Friday.
You yourself had an email sent out today, and that's what it said. 25%.
No, we didn't get an email. I've been talking to friends in the business. Nobody gets emails. It's all like the government said, the provincial says this, and then they'll pass it down. And then I saw the Facebook or the posting from the lady from the PHU. She did her talk the other day about why we're still not opening. And it's as a business owner, it's frustrating. It's really frustrating to like the double standard of like, you can't have people. I have a double door. So we were letting people through the first door, but not past the second door. And Jamie, you've seen how we had the double doors, the whole bank, right? So I got told I can't let people through the first door. I got to keep them outside. And okay, fine. Somebody knocked because we were letting people in the store, but we weren't. So there, then you see people in other places like, wow, you can have 150 people in your store, and that's not an issue. But I can't even service you at my inner door. So, as a business owner, this whole thing this can end. But I optimistically know that this will end by September. We're all getting our shots in the arm, and we're all getting back to normality. You see the numbers dropping.
Robin Allen says the Timmins Chamber said everything's closed, but then sent an email saying other retail was at 15%, so it was confusing. Did you get a similar email?
Yeah, we got that part. That's been confusing. Like I want one set of rules would be great. Well, I'll play by them, right? But don't give me 3 different stories because later on I'll say, I picked the one that fit my needs best.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. You want businesses open, and we need businesses open, but we also need people safe. So let's my priority will be we'll prioritize people. So we will not be, even if we can open our doors, we're not opening our escape rooms right away until I know that we're at that point where we're going to be safe to do so.
It's a smart decision. So just, back, we had a question earlier on about the escape rooms. I believe it was from Joanne. And she asked how many people can play in an escape room. Is there a minimum and maximum?
Okay, we typically don't have a minimum unless there's a physical barrier. And what I mean by that is, like, one of our rooms, we had a 3-person minimum because we chained people up and they needed to reach things. We will let people in by themselves, not encouraged. I mean, a lot of times we have couples come out for date night, and then our max is depending on the size of the room. So the Egyptian room I'm building will eventually hold 8 people. Our pirate room will hold 6. The crypt holds 4. Lost Luggage right now holds 6 people. So the room itself will dictate how many. The physical room dictates how many people we let in, or the room. And the puzzle structure, I don't change much of the puzzle structure. I won't change the puzzle structure for more people. It's just more people. You can have 4 people do a room and 8 people do the same room, and the 8 people will fail because somebody doesn't share information. And that's really interesting because, like, I went to did an escape room with my buddy one time, and I'm like, dude, how long have you had that in your hand? He's like, oh, since the beginning of the game. And I've been looking at this thing for 45 minutes, and he's holding it in his hand. They're like, okay, great. That's why we're not any further than we should be.
That's right.
Great. I know what I'm looking for.
Yeah, and it's more than just escape rooms. I want people, like, to, if they haven't been in your store before, you have a wide variety of assortment of, or board games or role-playing games. Yeah.
Pokemon, Magic the Gathering. We're a sanctioned Magic store. We just got league status for Pokemon. So when this COVID thing lifts, we will be doing a Pokemon league for kids in store. Because, I mean, Aiden will love that.
Yes.
I have actually a present for him when he gets back. It's like his giant Pokemon card that they sent us.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
It's 2 feet by 3 feet. It's massive. I should have brought it out. It's in the room.
Awesome. Yeah.
But like we want, like I have a background in child development. It's one of my many backgrounds, education wise. So I value what happens, and we need more stuff for kids in the community for sure. And so, like, I'll be doing that. I plan to do in the fall a RPG video pod thing with kids. So they'll come down. We'll do Star Wars. It'll be actually Star Wars because the Star Wars role playing game, the RPG, is fantastic.
Nice.
And I've got it written out where it's called Tales of the Medusa, and it's they fly away for a class ship and they'll do little miniature adventures. And if any people have never actually role played, I do one-offs all the time so people get a sense of what a role-playing game is. At Christmas time when we could open, we did I wrote a D&D adventure, Dungeons and Dragons adventure, but you were one of the 8 reindeers, Santa's reindeers, and you fought the Bumble, and all the characters from our, Yukon Cornelius and those guys were the bad guys. And people were like, that's crazy, it's funny.
Yeah. Just amazing work you and your wife are doing and bringing this entertainment to the community. And you're right, South End SoPo does need a bit of a lift when it comes to new exciting businesses, and I know you're on the right track, and the fact that you guys are investing your money first and your time and to making that happen, that's really cool. We can have a lot of fun there, Kinsman.
Yeah, we certainly can. And again, this is on our bucket list, which is super ginormous since we started KINZ and KLOMP Live, but this will be on that list. And yes, looking forward to coming in and trying some of the escape rooms. For someone like myself, what type of options? Like what are the themes? Can you name a few of the themes or all of them that you have in place right now?
So the themes we have in place is the vampire room Jamie did called the Crypt. You're trying to stake the vampire. There's Lost Luggage where it's your first week on the job as airport security, and you figured out the best place to take a nap at work is in Lost Luggage. And the bomb scare comes in. Now you're locked down, and you're in the room with the bomb. And you got to find it and defuse it. Oh wow! Okay. Yeah, there's the pirate adventure, which is you got caught stealing from the pirate king, and he's chained you to the treasure. So everybody starts in that room chained up. So the treasure you love so much, and you have to get yourself unchained, and you have to get the compass and the flag and the map, and then you're free to go. And I'm always writing new adventures because my son one time asked me, he's like, "Where do you get your ideas?" I'm like, "From books." So when I did the teacher creature room, Cam's 26, and he says, "You read this to me in grade 4." I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of did." Like, your teacher's an alien? Yeah, it's kind of was a book I read to you in grade 4. Guilty as charged. It's plagiarism in a whole different format. Like, I don't have to recreate the stories. Life provides you the story. The room I just decked down to Kaylee in our Stratford location is called the Rec Room. And it's time for the family photo, and you can't find Grandpa's false teeth. And this was spawned by my mother yelling at my father years ago to put his false teeth in for the photo. And I was like, wow, that's how you get these ideas. Make them personal. And there's no end to the level of creativity we have around here. Like this, we're a creative bunch. And kudos to my partner, Julie, who keeps me grounded, because I'm, like, if she doesn't keep me grounded, I'd be making all kinds of oopses. I get an idea. She'll reel me in a bit and make me think about it before I jump and do it. That's the do people.
Do you think, because I am a movie buff and I have to ask this, do you think the escape room movies, and with the sequel coming out July 1st, Tournament of Champions, you could tell I'm a horror guy. Do you think this helps the business, doesn't make a change? And I know it's a little bit different than going through an escape room, but do you think this is a benefit and will keep the trend of escape rooms going?
We went through this the first time with the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Here's exactly what's going to happen. The same thing that happened the first time will happen the second time. We're going to get a whole bunch of phone calls asking me if they're going to die. To which I respond, my constant response is, and that's a bad business model, to kill my clientele list off. So no, you won't die. Yeah, they'll die in the movie. And then it'll bring
some
people
anxiety,
through the doors.
but that's about it.
Yeah, it'll bring people through the doors. And in droves that have never done it, because they'll say, oh, I want to do that for a long time. And a lot of people have the misconception of what it is. Some people don't want to do an escape room because they feel like it's going to make them feel dumb. I rate rooms. When I rate a room, I look at the 4 different brain types. There's your analytical thinkers, your critical thinkers, your logistical thinkers, and your non-thinkers. And every one of those, even the non-thinkers, they all have values. So your logic thinkers, I put logic puzzles in there, you'll solve them. Your critical thinkers will be able to sequence things down and walk their way down. Your non-thinkers are the guys who will, oh wait, this is a secret panel, this is slides. So like the analytical people will never find a sliding panel, but the non-thinkers just, those people find those things, or the key hiding, in weird spots. So as long as your group is a big eclectic group of different backgrounds, you'll do well. Teachers fail when they're monoculture. Engineers and bankers are our 3 top fail rates, because it's a monoculture of thinking. It's the way they think. It's one way of thinking.
We have Martin Peel's joined us now. He's Martin Peel's into security and investigations. I wonder how good Peel would be at this, Kinsman, because he does it all day. Maybe he would overthink it, and we would be saving Martin Peel for once. That's what I think.
I think so. Maybe the lost luggage room, you could put him in there with Sniper and see how well he would do in that type of a situation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting to see how people, like, you have to sometimes think outside the box to figure out what the clue is. I write take-home crates, and I'm going to ruin this, but Julie will find the neatest things, and she's like, can you work that in a room? I'm like, yes. So we did find where you do a scratch-off ticket.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy stickers that do that. And that's all I'm going to say, to how creative you can be with a stamp.
That is pretty. So much thought goes into making these rooms happen, make them challenging, but make sure everyone can get involved and overall have a good time. And you're right. You don't want people coming out to think that they're dumb, because some people may be like a little curious, maybe nervous, but there's a lot of background thinking that goes into planning these rooms. I didn't realize that.
There's a lot. I will write. I've written most of our rooms. I've written about 80% of our rooms. Julie's written about 90. She's written 10%, but Julie flows my rooms. So I'll write the room, and then we'll pilot test it, and she'll flow it and go like, oh, you realize you made a mistake here. Like, people can skip this whole section if they don't go, and like, okay, we'll fix that. So we flow it, we pilot test it, and then even afterwards, you run it. I'm always tweaking them, because I want people to have. You walk through these doors, you're going to have a positive experience.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't leave here wanting to come back, then I have totally failed. We sell fun. That's what we do. Like, and if you can't have fun, like, we're recreation. Julie's got a background, and we also both have backgrounds in recreation. And if you can't get people coming out, they're spending their money. They're spending their hard-earned money to come and do something really fun. I have to provide that. And that's how I look at this. People will have different likes. So you'll pick a room, and everybody has a different favorite room, which is amazing because there's rooms I've written and I thought, oh, that's my worst right ever. And people walk in and go, that's your best room. I'm like, that's not my best room. It's a horrible room. I wrote the casino. I have a casino that my buddy he's born it. It's in Trenton right now. And in my head, it was going to be this amazing room. And after I got it done, I'm like, I could have done this so much better, but it just didn't come. It came together. It was a good flowing room, and everybody really loved it. But personally, as a writer, I was just so disappointed with myself because I can do so much better. And then there's rooms I've written, and I thought these are. I think this is my easiest or best. My laziest writes sometimes were what I felt was my most successful rooms. Because whenever I write a room, I go, what's my goal? First off, it has to have a theme. Then it has to have good storylines. Then I need good puzzle structure. Then I try not to emulate something I've done too many times before. And then it's like, oh, okay, there's the aha moments where I want people to get going in the room, get stopped, get frustrated, and then someone will say something that hits an epiphany or like, aha, that's it, and then they go forward. And those stop and go measures is really awesome to see.
Just amazing. Now, my background is I tell the joke to Kinsman. If he laughs briefly, I think it's good. Then I come on the show and no one laughs. I'm like, Kinsman, you're supposed to be my benchmark.
It's because you tell it. If I've heard it before, it's hard to get that second laugh, even though the instantaneous laugh, which you're trying to look for. But I am getting better. Usually he'll keep the jokes and then tell them on the show where I haven't heard them until the show, so we get a little bit better response here. Here's a comment: you should make a zombie room. Any thoughts of that?
Interesting enough, one of the sections of the realm, because the realm's being broken up into different kingdoms. One of them is the Undead Kingdom, and zombies are going to be a big chunk of that. So if you're a zombie fan, the realm is going to be right up your alley.
But,
yeah, the zombie crawl thing is it's on my list of things to do. I'm not a horror guy. I don't do the horror movie thing that very well.
Okay.
So zombies are great. Right now we got the vampire room. I will do zombies, and it will happen in the future. But it'll probably be like one of the places actually in Peterborough has done that the best ever. And this is where I got it. One of the reasons I got the idea for the realm. They took their family farm and turned it into an escape room business, and it's in Peterborough. The top of the floor is all rooms based in 1865 when Peterborough had a gold rush. Okay. And the bottom of the barn is 15 micro rooms. There's just 15 minutes. They do it it's called the shaft. They do it like a zombie crawl. That if you don't make it through don't make it through your room in 5 minutes, the door just opens up and they push you along. If you're taking too long, the door opens up and zombies come out and push you along. And it is probably the best zombie room I've ever done. And hence, I've actually been embarrassed to even try to emulate that because it was like, wow, they set a bar so high. Like, how can I achieve a bar? And I'm egotistical. If mine's going to be out there, it's got to be as good as anybody else's. And Jake, who writes it in Peterborough, their team is phenomenal. He's the best. They're my favorite people in the province for escape rooms. I mean, like these when we do conferences, I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I get to network with people I don't get to network with. And our industry is so young in Canada. It's like less than 10 years old. Mm-hmm. So there's no expert. Nobody's gone to school for this. It's all, people who have got creative minds that have created an industry. Is this actually, you guys have seen the movie Saw? You guys are horror guys, right?
Yeah.
This is where the industry came about. The escape room industry was spawned off the movie Saw in Czechoslovakia about 12 years ago.
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite horror franchise. Just saw Spiral, not bad, but I get an understand because when I watch the escape room movies, there's a Saw feel, and even when you go to the escape room, you get that obviously as you're trapped. Someone puts you in a situation, now you need to get out of it, and there's sort of a time you got to do within a certain time. So there's that element which makes it really cool. So Joanne, I think Joanne says it right. Mark and I would obviously say, you're doing great things for the city.
Super things, yeah.
You and Julie together, amazing. We are going to, once again, if you want to find out, all the awesome stuff, Marcus and Julie are up to, there's the Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah, check it. Even if you're going to do nothing but buy a sausage package that you're going to eat anyway, just do that.
Yeah.
Right. Front end, what happens.
I just shared the link again, so if someone wants to go in and check that out. And you know what? Thanks so much, Mark. Thanks so much for coming on. And
so much fun.
They are real good people. I know this from personal experience. We've been there many times. They, you know, Marcus and Julie go out of their way to make sure you do have fun. And, you know, we appreciate you having you in
Our
the city.
leagues are big. Like we've got big leagues. We've got Next Wing League. We've got a Warhammer League. All that tabletop stuff happens too. Like we're very community focused. Like we want, what somebody said to me when we first moved up here, the best comment was from Calvin. And Calvin's like, I never knew there's this many people that love to do the things I like to do. You're the guy who put them all together. I'm like, my biggest skill set is just networking people together. So like tying, like we had a bunch of guys a couple of weeks ago do curbside from Cochrane to pick up some magic product. And we're like, do you guys know that there's like 7 other people that have come down this week from Cochrane to buy magic? And they're like, no. Okay, you guys need to go to this site and talk to them. And now they're coming down as groups. Like now one guy will come down and pick up all the stuff for everybody else now, which is networking. You got to bring people together. And that's like social media does that. But nothing beats getting right door to door and like, because our community matters. Like this community matters to me. If I'm going to be part of a community, I'm all in.
That's it. That's the lesson mentality I have. Now, there's Natalie's comment there. They have lots of board games too. How many board games do you have?
Lots.
Oh gosh, that's a great question. I see Natalie every day. She's delivering stuff all the time. I'd say we probably have over 200 board games you will not find at Walmart. That's a probably fair assessment. And if you can't find it, Killer Bunny's a great game. If you can't find it, we will, and if it's available, we'll be able to get it from our distributor. Like the Euro games. We do want to get more involved when, again, COVID lifts. We want to get the Timmins board game group back in again, where people just come and play games. In the summer next year, during the week, I want to have a trivia night at the Sausage Cart, so people can just come and join your team and do trivia. Because trivia is a lot of fun.
It sure is.
Always, giveaways, and that's the other thing too is we'll get asked a lot as a business for donations for schools or charities. Don't hesitate to ask when we can get open again, because we do that all the time. It's never a hard no. It might be a hey, you know, what's this for? A buck and dough? Probably not. A school group? Absolutely. Because again, we value that. Community, I value community more than anything. I really do. It's, you know, you got to value people.
Just amazing. You got the right mentality and a business that's really needed in this community. And we're gonna keep reminding people about the Kickstarter campaign. And we definitely want you to come back on and give us an update on the new business, how it's going to grow, and Mark and I would be happy to promote it. And along as KINZ is dressed up as in cosplay.
When the sausage cart opens up, you guys should just come have a sausage. We'll have a conversation. You don't bring the cameras. Actually, you should play each other a big game of giant chess, because I think that would be a hoot.
That'd be a lot of fun. It would.
Yeah, we would love.
And you were talking about those different squares that businesses could be a part of. We could definitely talk. We'll get a KINZ and KLOMP live square down there for.
You do it on Kickstarter. You guys can take a KINZ and KLOMP Kickstarter square. Pick a Catan square. Pick a chess square.
There we go.
It was ideally set for businesses to put their names on it, because I want other businesses to jump involved and be part of that, and that helps it grow, because it's the same community, right? So there's a lot of good business owners in this town. You see that at all. I see that everywhere I go. I'm like, because this is what we do as business owners. We judge other people's businesses. We're judgy people. And if I go in and have a positive experience, I'm going back and I'm telling everybody they should go there.
That's it. Word of mouth. Word of mouth is huge in small communities such as Timmins, South Porcupine. Everybody knows everybody, and if you're supporting this business, they're going to support you, and vice versa. Everybody, everybody's got a hand in the pie, and keeps the circle of life going here in the especially in COVID times. It's nice to have people to scratch your back, and then vice versa.
Yeah, because it's a shame. I heard our theater was closing. I thought that was hurtful.
No, I don't think it is. I think was it a recent rumor? There was a recent rumor. Someone posted something online saying it was for sale. I don't think that was
no. What they're doing, if you look at the actual description, is that they own the building, but they're looking to sell but get into a lease with the new owner.
Yes.
So the theater, they just made an investment there where all these cinemas are now luxury recliners. So they're actually investing in the building during the shutdown. And they did sell their old seats, but
I saw those on Marketplace. Yeah,
that's just to make room for the new recliners. And they're big supporters of us. Actually, if you go to the theater, you'll see Mark and I on the screen. We do the, put down your cell phone and don't eat your popcorn.
We do the preview. Yes.
So
that's good to hear, because I was all bummed out by that. I'm like, no, because I want my night out.
Yeah. So
they're certainly not going to fold. They've upgraded to the 9s, looking for maybe a nice simple transition from one owner to the next. And who would want to own a movie theater, especially the luxury recliners. So again, you can't believe everything you see online. People probably drove by the same morning I did. There was a whole row of the seats when they were selling them at the front, going, "Oh my God, the seats are for sale. What are they doing?" And of course, you don't believe everything you see posted. It was just in the middle of their renovations.
Yeah.
Well, it's good, because we need a theater. Like a city without a theater is not a good thing.
That's right.
It's
Gina Facca and her crew, absolutely amazing. I know a lot of their staff tune into the show, so big supporters from us to the theater. Definitely here in this city.
Well, Marcus, you've been wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. We will definitely keep up to date. Personally, of course, I will be back there. So will Kinsman. So will my son, Aiden. And let's get you back on the show when things get, when you got some additional news. And we loved having you.
Keep us up to date. Yes.
Great, guys. This has been a real treat. Like, just to get at what we're doing, and we're not going stir crazy yet.
Almost, but you know what? Maybe the stir crazy keeps the keeps all the thoughts fresh and ready to go for more escape rooms. So
Mark, it doesn't stop. I actually write board games as well. I write board games, and then when we go to conferences, there's a few I want to pitch to some of the distributors.
He's a man of many talents, Kinsman.
Many talents, and the master of all of them. Again, Marcus. Pleasure having you on the show. Where can people find you on Facebook? Are there any video? I guess there's not too many videos of the escape rooms because you'd give away all the secrets.
No, but you can find us on our website at escapefromreality.ca. It'll list all the information on the rooms. We have a Facebook page, Escape from Reality on Facebook. Make sure you if you're gonna in Timmins, make sure you grab the Timmins page and not the Stratford page. I have had a couple of those where people have misbooked the wrong location. It happened more when we were down south. Like Julie and I had the St. Thomas and Stratford location, and I'd be like, Julie, I got a group that showed up here. Do you have them in your books? And she'd be like, yeah, I do. They're supposed to be here like 20 minutes ago. I'm like, well, they're the wrong location. So yeah, and then I had a guy from Florida one time. There's actually Escape from Reality in Florida somewhere, because he called me and he was angry, and I said, well, where are you calling from? And he said, Florida. I said, well, buddy, this is in Ontario. Where's that? It's in Canada. So yeah, you won't make it in time. So don't worry about it.
Right. Oh, awesome. A lot of good stories, but the biggest one is investing in the community in my mind, and that's cool. So
giving back 100%. You get what you give, and you're giving 100%. You're going to get it return with customer service here in the city, and we wish you nothing but the best, Marcus, with
Thanks, Mark.
all your
Thanks,
successes here.
You're welcome.
Great. Thanks, guys.
I'll talk to you.
Yep.
Cheers, Marcus.
Very awesome. I love it.
What an amazing guest. Again, Escape from Reality Timmins.
Yeah, very cool. So you have to
The
check
realm sounds pretty darn cool. I can't wait until they get that up. Yeah, you have an entire live weekend of cosplay. You're out there in the real elements. Could be raining. Whatever the elements throw at you, it's real life put into cosplay, which I think is really cool.
These are my Lotto Max tickets.
There you go. You want me to burst your bubble right now with those tickets? Of course, the Lotto Max, you see the sign, 70 million. It's a historic night In Canada, OLG getting set for a record-breaking draw at 70 million. Now that's no big news. We know it's been to 70 million before, but it's the extra max millions tonight. There's 47 additional max millions, $117 million possible for the Lotto Max. And for all those tickets, you think you're bettering your odds, which yes, you are, but just keep in mind each line still has a 226 million to 1 odd of winning, but we have put the KINZ and KLOMP pool together.
You must be so fun at parties. They always bringing everything down. Okay.
Oh no.
If I win the lottery, look at Martin Peel's looking for a tractor. I'm going to buy him a new tractor if I win.
I will buy Martin Peel a few tractors.
There you go. Okay, so Catch the Ace, our friends at Larone. We are in full gear. I got my tickets for that. I know you're getting yours, right?
Yes. Larone, acetimmons.ca. They've got the first jackpot draw tomorrow from Larone. Let me just hop on here while you're going to see what let's see what it is here. Current jackpot, yeah, no one's caught the ace yet. So Catch the Ace jackpot is $621, and the weekly jackpot $414. And again, if you go to Larone, acetimmons.ca, it says the big red button, buy now, buy a ticket, because you just might win some loot when they pull the draw tomorrow. They do the draws every Wednesday. So again, you've got till tomorrow afternoon. I do believe 3 o'clock, 1,500 hours. I'm guessing that's got to be 3 o'clock, right?
Yes, you're so technical. Once again, a blast at a party. When should we get together for beers? At 18:30. Okay. Yes, we love them at Larone. This is all going to go help support that new building. We want to see it open. Now, maybe I could talk. You wrote K and K t-shirts. It's dangerous to put K and K together because,
why? KINZ and KLOMP. Here, you know what? Change it. Can you edit? We can edit this right now on this side. Want me to edit this side?
Yeah, you can edit that while I talk.
You talk about the shirts here. Okay.
Thanks, Desmond. Thanks for your blessing, my good friend. So we do have some t-shirts. We ordered a bunch of t-shirts, so we're going to post a picture of them on the page tomorrow. And if you'd like to get a shirt, you'd like to order one, we'll have all the information on how to do it. Kinsman and I spent all day and all night up designing these KINZ and KLOMP shirts. All day and all night designing these shirts, but actually they're black. They have the logo. They're very nice, good quality, and ordered from someone locally, of course. And we're looking forward to showing that tomorrow. And folks like to order one, we'll have all the information. So that will be fun. And I hope when they come in that the KINZ is not a bigger font than the KLOMP, because I think you tried to sneak that in there like a big.
Did you think I tried to do that on the hoodies?
Yeah. I had to stop them right away. I'm like,
optical illusion. No, make the font the same size, because I'm going to deflate Jamie's feelings. There's no deflating feelings here. We're going to have the same font. Woot woot from Lori. Of course, she's gonna get a shirt. By a show of comments before we go here, obviously Lori's in for the shirts. I know Janice would probably get a shirt or two. I'm pretty sure if we started off with 50, do you think we could sell 50 of them all in one shot?
I think we would do okay. I think or else I wouldn't have to do laundry for a long time, Kinsman.
Hey.
You're right. I would just wear all 50. So thank you very much. So we're going to have the information out there tomorrow. Hey, you know what's cool? So we know the good folks at Wizard of Paws. We were there earlier this year for the morning. The big dog Ranger has been there. Awesome service. Did you know, Kinsman, maybe I'll stump you, that they have a new location in Timmins? Where is it?
I knew that, and I'm going to tell people where their current location is, 112 Way Avenue. But yes, new news. If you drive along 3rd Avenue, you would have driven by the old Seymour Pantry location. It was for sale for a long time. Well, not so, not anymore, because Wizard of Paws has now bought that location and are now going to reside on 3rd Avenue. I think that's a very good business move for them. What a storefront it would be to groom animals inside that space.
Yep, awesome, great folks. So, congratulations, Wizard of Paws. Hope KINZ and KLOMP doesn't run left to right across the chest. Martin's a military guy, so everything's got to be right.
Right to left.
Oh, what did that say? Yeah. We have it right now. Martin's confusing me. Maybe I'll look at the sample again. Oh, there you go. So we got a couple people that want one.
I'll take one from Joanne. So I think when we do the post, we're going to put it up there. And again, first come, first serve with the comments. We'll set up, payment arrangements through KINZ and KLOMP. We'll get KINZ and KLOMP summer T-shirts going for the city of Timmins. Maybe Wizard of Oz would want one.
Yeah. Is there a winter T-shirt? Because you said summer. Is there a winter one?
Yeah. Okay. Quit being so technical.
Who's wrecking the party now? So
That's
Mount
right.
Jameson is stepping up on July the 3rd, and they're having a drive-in Canada Day party where you go there, drive-in theater style. You get to watch live country music acts, and I believe the site says there's going to be fireworks after. I don't know if that's on the screen or if that's actually in person, but on the Saturday, I think it's the Saturday, July the 3rd, a Canada Day concert.
Yeah, from Horizon Drive-Ins, they've got dates in. Let me just see. They've got, of course, Timmins. I know the day before they're going to be in Sudbury and Sault Ste. Marie. And again, the drive-in concerts, they say more details of who is going to be on the screen for your musical entertainment. That is going to be released. Of course, ticket details on the Horizon Drive-In Facebook page. And again, it's got the big Timmins event July the 3rd. I don't know, who do you think it will be? Do you think it'll be a Canadian artist? Bunch of artists?
Well, it says Canadian artist on the site, so I assume they're going Canadian.
Well, okay, cool. So Canadian artist, that's a silly question, right? So who do you think, out of all the Canadian artists, who do you think it will be on the big screen? Maybe a Bryan Adams?
Is that country, though?
No, well, Bryan Adams isn't. He's not country.
It says country, Canadian country music artist, so I'm trying to think.
Well, he can tone it down. I'm just trying to think who else would be Canadian country superstar.
Nickelback, said Robin Allen.
Yeah, probably won't be Nickelback.
Shania
Twain. That's right. Here you go, guys. Shania Twain coming back.
Look at this. Hey, I want to say this. So this is Julie, Marcus's partner, and the other brain behind the operation. So we didn't get to see Julie on the stream tonight, but I know Julie from going in the store, and she's awesome, just like Marcus. And they want 2 T-shirts, Kinsman. So there you go.
So like I said, I think if we started off with small shirt launches, see who wants them. We'll put out the orders, and if the demand is there, then we increase the orders. But yeah, we've got that post coming very soon. Again, we'll probably showcase one on over the weekend.
Yeah. Okay. So the Novas are coming up. So we're nominated for the RBC Marketing Award. So the Novas it's virtual this year. So I have a question. So the Novas are on the 17th. Okay.
That's a Thursday night.
You got to come watch it over at my place, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But if you're a Nova nominee, they come and give you some snacks and some decorations. Now, Kinsman, here's my question. If you're coming to my house and you're eating popcorn and chips, is it going to be all over my couch and floor? Or like you've seen me movie?
No, I'm a neat snacker.
I don't know. Maybe bring your dustbuster with you for after.
It's going to be a good night. Yeah, the next Thursday night, of course, it was supposed to be last month, but they had to move it off, obviously, due to COVID reasons. But it will be a good show. And again, good luck to all the nominees, the finalists, including ourselves, who are now into the mix for turning the hammer into, I guess, the golden hammer of the award that they'll award.
Now, is it true, because we're up against Forche Automotive and we're up against New Burger Planet? You didn't send them a nasty email. I hope you guys go down to your demise.
No.
Did you? Okay. It's just a rumor?
As if I would send something like that.
It's just a
friendly competition. As they say, it's always nice to get nominated, which we did. And again, everybody has a chance to win. And again, good luck to everybody, even our competitors in the same award category. But it would be nice to win that next Thursday.
That's right. Are you going to keep the trophy at your house if we win?
No, we'll alternate it. We'll have to do like the Stanley Cup schedule if we do.
Yeah, because you have
a week with it, and then there's going to be pictures. Me taking my boys to the park, and there's the big Nova trophy there for us.
That's great. Yeah, Steve is an awesome guy, and they're both deserving businesses because I use Fortune Automotive for my vehicle, and they're awesome. They're quick, good prices. Okay, so Lori says she bets we'll win. Well, we're hoping, but nonetheless, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, we got to the auction. We got to finalize the auction.
We're going to finalize the auction before we go. What was our last bid? I think the last bid we saw
was Terry.
Diving in with Marcus was $50. That was from Terry a while back. Anybody beat the $50?
No one has beat the $50. So why don't you, if you want to close it out with your auctioneer talents?
All right, $50. Anybody going once, going twice? Again, Escape Reality Timmins. Your chance to win a family pass up to 4 people when you can get inside to do one of the escape rooms again, which I think is an amazing place and time to be at. Of course, everything that Marcus chatted with us tonight about, you want to use this gift certificate. So going once, going twice, comment in the comments if you want to beat the $50. $50 going once, going twice. Any comments coming in? Sold to Terry for $50 from the escape room Timmins.
Terry's celebrating. She's partying like it's. Give her your woot, Kenton.
There we go.
I don't know why we do that stuff, you and I, because so way to go. So hopefully she picks the right people to join her.
So.
All right, so you did an A+ job tonight, my friend.
We always try to keep it A+, right? As two independent professional broadcasters in this city, we try to keep our reputation intact. And yeah, another A+ show. Again, kudos to Marcus for coming on. Escape Reality Timmins. Just an amazing place. I can't wait to see his other ventures when they take shape.
Here's the problem. I still got this water in my ear, and I haven't been able really to hear anything going on tonight, kids. Been like nothing. Like,
what?
Yeah, what?
Can you hear me? Did you win a lotto ticket? So when we win the $70 million, you're going to give me half, right?
I can't hear